Surprise! We bought a new truck. We've teased it a little bit on social media, but we have bought a new truck and unfortunately not an ice cream shop.
No, we bought a F550
From Canada.
With a 7.3 diesel engine. It's 2001.
And in this video, we're going to explain why we did this and our big plans for this new rig. So you might be wondering why we went all the way to Canada, Edmonton, Alberta specifically, to buy a truck that's available in the United States. And that is a great question. When we started looking for this specific truck in the US, we were shocked at the price. Here's a sample of listings currently available for trucks that are very similar to ours as far as mileage and different specs. The average price for these trucks is $20,107, which was way more than we were hoping to spend, but we just assumed that that's what we were stuck doing. Until a conversation with our friends, the Overlanders. They suggested we look for trucks in Canada, and Jason actually found this exact truck that we ended up buying. They saved us a ton of money. How much money, you ask? Well, we purchased our truck for $7,800, which is a savings of about $11,500. So thank you again, guys. Check out the Overlanders on YouTube, subscribe to their channel, you will not regret it. And now, let's finally talk about this new rig and all of our plans.
So we bought this truck for multiple reasons. The first reason is this truck has a 7.3 diesel engine, which is one of the best diesel engine made by Ford. It's very, very reliable. The second reason is we wanted to have a higher payload because our camper is pretty heavy, and we would like to add additional storage. In this truck, all our storage is actually in the rear seats, which is very inconvenient. Every time that we need something, it's end up to be the thing that is in the middle, which is not easily accessible. So we have to unpack half the truck to be able to get to it. With the new truck, the storage will be on the side, hence it will be a lot more accessible and easier to get to. The new truck is a single cab, which means that we won't have the rear seat area. Instead, we plan to build a storage area where we'll be able to store spare tire and other type of equipment. You can see this truck is dually, which is not so great for us. So we have planned to get rid of the dually. One of the reasons it's because we want to do a lot of off-road, and dually, there's always a risk of popping a tire, having like rock stuck in between the wheels. So we're gonna go to super single, which basically means that we will have only one bigger load capacity tire on the rear. But in order to avoid and not having to carry two different type of spare, one for the rear and one for the front, we are going to upgrade all our tires around the truck to the same tire, which will be basically a 41-inch tire. So it's going to be a little bit taller than the current tires that we have. Plan on upgrading the suspension system on this truck by adding airbags from Airlift. This airbag will allow us to stiffen the suspension and to keep the right height on the rear when we add the camper on top, which will basically make the truck a lot more level. The second upgrade that we plan on doing is to upgrade the shocks on this truck to bigger, heavier truck in order to have a more comfortable and more suitable ride when we go off-roading, because currently it's pretty tough.
So the cab of our current truck is a Lariat edition, and it's leather and it's very comfortable and has a lot of creature comforts. The cab of this truck has none of that. But we are going to do an upgrade on this truck. One of the big issues with the cab is that it is so loud. We can really barely talk to each other just sitting right next to each other just because of the engine noise coming through. So we're going to put sound deadening down, which will require us to remove absolutely everything and strip the cab down to almost bare to put the sound deadening in. And as we're doing that, we're going to upgrade the trim with new paint, and we're also going to upgrade some switches and add some other kind of bells and whistles.
On the old truck, we upgraded our front bumper and added some Baja design lights, which are, I think, pretty cool. So what we plan also to do is to take this bumper and those lights and to swap basically the bumper on the old or the new truck and the old truck. We also plan to add a winch. So this bumper was made with an opening made for a winch. So we also plan to upgrade this once we install it on the new truck.
Okay, so obviously we have some pretty big plans for the new truck. We're not quite sure how long this is going to take, but we are going to document all of this in a build series right here on YouTube. We're also going to do videos on our off-grid solar and our diesel heat and hot water systems,
which both have been working really, really good for us and we're really happy with. So until then, see you.
Bye.
Bye.